Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team, like the title says, that got me to 2375, which at the time of filming, the number 500 on leaderboard is only at 2400 ELO, so I am right there within striking distance. Kanto, Ninetales, Trevenant, Frostlass, so it's a double ghost backline with Ninetales on the front line. And the reason I put in front Ninetales, you're like, why would you put in Ninetales? It doesn't even really answer the ghost answer. It's got a ton of weaknesses in this, like Dragon is everywhere. Poliwrath is everywhere, Lanturn is everywhere. Why are you using Kanto Ninetales? And it's a mixture of one, I love it, so that's that's enough reason. But two, the more real answer is, I was just running into a bunch of not Trevenants. I was running into a bunch of Cresselias. And this is before you even have the double, like, you're like, well, you have already two answers for Cresselia in the back. Like, why do you have a third? And it's not just Cresselia. It's just outside of the bad matchups, which are a lot of them, Water and Dragon. Neutral matchups across the board, Ninetales is very good, and that's kind of why I've been using it for so long, because in neutral matchups, it always seems to be able to stay in with everything. Plus, the overheat in this now is so good. You're going to see me blast a Dragonair to win a matchup when they were not expecting it to do as much as it did. So that's team concept. Do you need to try and draw out anything? Like, so again, like something like a Lickitung, any normal typing in the back will cause this team a bit of trouble. Lanturn is tough for like Lanturn, and your toughest leads are like Jellicent, Lanturn, Poliwrath, because you need to switch into Trevenant, because even Frostlass has like not great matchups against those, which makes it tricky to come back from because they usually have an answer for Trevenant. But outside of that, I did very well with the team. Like I said, you're going to see 150 at least, 2375 within striking distance of leaderboard. So let's get into the battles. In this matchup, as you're going to see here, you live with Body Slam. So now I have two options. I can go for the Overheat or Beta Weather Ball. If I Beta Weather Ball, they will live and they will win CMP the next time we get to the same move. So they are going to win right there. So that is kind of annoying. So I could have just gone Overheat, but then it like lowers your attack. But if you have two ghosts in the back, is not terrible. But you know what else is not terrible? Getting ahead on Frostlass with energy, because Frostlass with energy is always a beast. Grab one shield like I knew I obviously would. And at this point, it's now being able to have a shield advantage and be able to take this out no problem. They actually went full Shadow Ball. So now I know as long as I throw a 6 and they're getting it to there, so I have to kind of throw. So we'll take this out, come out with some energy. Their Vigoroth is low, but alive. This will grab a shield because if not, it's just in Powder Snow range. And basically the only lose condition for me here is they're going to try and catch. That's an obvious catch they have to try and make or else they're going to lose, and they lost. So Ninetales against Cress, like this I'm talking about, Cress were everywhere. Out comes Dragonair. The problem with this matchup, if you've played this matchup enough, you know that the Dragonair wins in the one shield in even scenarios. So I'm behind. I don't need to win switch because Trevenant and Ninetales will both deal with Cresselia. So I don't need to win, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to shield because I can just Powder Snow down and come out with a Shadow Ball. Come out with a Shadow Ball means the Crest is super gone and maybe I can tag team what's in the back. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to come in Poliwrath to try and just absorb this. They end up shielding, which is huge. Take me down, that's fine. They will get to the Icy Wind before me. As you're going to see, that is fine. Even from a Shadow, you live the Icy Wind. Now just need to make sure they don't catch this move, because as long as I get this move off, it's over. Because as you're going to see here, not enough to take it out because they lowered my attack, but we both simultaneously farm down. Actually, I would have farmed down first, and then I have Crest, and they are clearly running Moonblast and Leaf Blade. Bad lead here, so you got to come Frostlass. And again, this is not a winning matchup in the ones. They decide to farm up and catch on the Arctibax, which is decent. I will get to a second one here. So this will be good. I'll grab a shield or take this out. I expect grab a shield because they're just loaded with energy. So now I'm probably going to come in and just sacrifice Ninetales and then probably just try and run Trevenant. is my guess. So I'm going to assume I'm just going to take this move and just run with Trevenant 2 shield advantage. So I'm not switch locked yet. I don't know if this is the... Oh, and they come in Medi. And I'm like, okay, I don't really need to boom here because Trevenant will do fine, but let's just boom because then it's probably just in claw range. So boom the overheat. They are now in claw range, just short. I have to shield the Ice Punch because this move is going to hurt the most. But now I'm ahead on energy, and this Dragonair is already so low from the Powder Snows, and unfortunately for their Dragonair, Aqua Tail and Body Slam are both resisted by Trevenant, so they have absolutely nothing to throw at me here. Everything's resisted. They're going to have to basically combo Dragon Breath me out, but that is not happening because I am pretty spammy and I got a couple claws in on the Medi. So got out a bad lead there in a tough switch. So neutral leads I just tend to stay in. Mudshot Greedent is obviously much trickier than it was with Bullet Seed because Bullet Seed was resisted. Mudshot is super effective and charges faster. So I'm kind of in a bad spot here. This is one I maybe should have just gone for the overheat, but I just go for the Weather Ball. Get to the move. I think I actually live this. I think I live this and get the Weather Ball off and take switch. So they can sneak a Mudshot through there, which makes sense, 2 versus 3, so they get to do the 2 there. But I do end up taking this out. I remember just barely taking switch here. And unfortunate for them, in the back is a Medi. So I come in Frostlass because... Why did I come Frostlass instead of... I think I came Frostlass because Ice Punch is still super effective on Trevenant, whereas at best they're going to have a Psychic to deal with Frostlass. So that's why I came in, because they already had a counter energy advantage. I didn't want to have to shield the Ice Punch there. So that's why I came in there. Get that off. I could double shield. I'll live this. It's a non-shadow, so I will definitely live this. Yeah, just let it go, and then Frostlass should be able to sweep in the bag. I'm just going to go for the full farm down. Easy peasy. Shadow Ball, and then a Frostlass on the Medi. We CMP'd there too, which is even... They were already kind of drawing dead anyways, but... Power Punch, okay. Maybe if they had Power Punch can get to a Psychic. Maybe they can do it. I end up shielding. It is another Power Punch, so that's unfortunate. I just go for the farm down, because at this point, that's probably my win condition. They end up just having a nice punch, so... Yeah, when Psychic gets nerfed, you're seeing a bunch of different combos here. Okay, there's your tough lead. You have to come Trevenant, and they're going to have an answer for me. A little slow on the answer. I was trying to fast move time. So I didn't get a full Hex through, but maybe I should have thrown earlier. Get the Shadow Ball off here. X-Scissor will not take out. It's only neutral because I'm half go, so it's going to hurt. Yeah. And I tried to farm down. I can't do it, so then I have to just throw the Seed Bomb. If they're smart, they just come back in Jellicent and get that little bit of farm, and they got 2 shield Jellicent, and I already know that I'm going to get killed on my Ninetales, right? Yeah, so smart on them. Loaded with energy, 2 shields. At this point, I think I'm just sacrificing Ninetales, hoping that like I can like Powder Snow, like chip here. I'm surprised I just didn't go for the overheat. Did I go for the overheat? No, I just went for the Weather Ball. Grabbed a shield, which is okay. But now they're just going to be able to outpace me here. I can't farm down, I don't think. Because they've got a ton of energy. So they're probably going to get to 2 moves. So there's 1. And then Cresselia with a Rock Slide is going to definitely KO me here. So I will go down here. Tough. And that's the thing. Like if you use this team and you see a Poliwrath, Jellicent, Lanturn in the lead, it's going to be tough to move out of. So if you're seeing a lot of those in your range, maybe don't use this team. So I come in Grass. Their best answer is Altaria. And I already found my win condition right here as soon as they shield. So they shield this, which it would do a lot of damage. So I understand in principle why they're doing it. But now my win condition is 2 shielded Frostlass getting a ton of energy here on the Altaria. Complete farm down. I'm going to have a Shadow Ball and a half coming out of this. I'll shield once when they get to a move. That's fine. I'm already at a move. I don't care. That's not my win condition. My win condition is getting energy. So that if this Lanturn comes, is either there got double dragon on the back, another ghost in the back. So if the Lanturn comes in, I'm now going to start launching these Shadow Balls and put me in a good spot overall here. So here's one Shadow Ball. They end up shielding. Here's the second Shadow Ball. This will chip. And then once this chips, we CMP. I think that they're going to pace me to the Surf now because I just dumped all my energy. So Ninetales is going to have to sweep here. And the good news is those extra Fire Spin buff are adding up here that I will just be able to shield the Surf and then kind of Fire Spin, add up, and Weather Ball. But they eventually, so I'm just trying to farm up a bit to come out with energy. They eventually come and catch on the Kaffa. I probably should have charged up a bit more. So what you're going to see here is Overheat does blast, does not take out, like a couple HP. I take them out just before, and I have a second Overheat to take out what's left of the Lanturn. So Ninetales with Overheat just blasting through my opponents here. Defense Deoxys. This is a tricky one because this is a fine matchup overall. I eventually need to get out because they're going to have an answer for this backline, right? If you're running Defense Deoxys, you definitely have an answer for Ghost in a meta where Dark is banned. So I know that they're going to have an answer for this. So I try to pull one out. I pull out a Dewgong. I end up, often you'll see me on this channel say, if you're going to lose the switch, I find it much better to take it down to the 1 shield than leave it in the 2s. And they give up switch, which is huge. I do get to the move here. The only sort of issue is now, you're going to see, they're going to win CMP here. So they're going to win CMP. I have to shield the Shadow Ball. And for some reason, even though you saw me click the freaking button, it does not allow me to actually throw the move. So that's BS. So I'm at 2 Weather Balls loaded. Coming in here. Thunderbolt's not going to take me out. Farming up a ton, like as much as I can, but CMPing them so that way I'm going to force them to either shield. They, I think, rightly think their win condition is getting to 2. I think we both played this smart. So there's actually a lot in this matchup where if you don't know what's going on, you're thinking whatever. But there's actually a lot going on here that matters here. So let me see. First of all, I did click the button, so screw you. They get off a Thunderbolt. So I'm at 2 Weather Balls loaded. 1 Weather Ball is going to take out the Frostlass, what's left of it. Their Frostlass. So they're going to get to their Thunderbolt here. Basically, I need to come out with as much energy as I can to start forcing the shields on their side. Right? So I'm going to 5, which is the Psycho Boost. They have to make a decision. I think they rightfully make the decision that Frostlass with their shield is probably their win condition here. So I know that they're pretty dry. And I know that they cannot, I have 2 moves. So they cannot throw one of their moves here because then I just go back-to-back Weather Balls and I win. So their only win condition is basically get to 2 moves. I'm low enough they can just go back-to-back Avalanche, right? But I know they're dry. So I know that they know that they need to get to 2 moves. So this just seems like an easy bait because I'm loaded with energy on the Ninetales. So what this is going to do is force this shield, and now they still have to get to 2 Avalanches because if they don't, I'm going to win. They'll win CMP in against the Ninetales, but I already have a move, so I need to come out with 2 Avalanches. And they do not, so I get the Shadow Ball off to take it out. Because if they threw without being at an Avalanche, I have an Overheat loaded, so they'd be taken out. So again, Defense Deoxys, probably play this somewhat similar. Maybe with Frostlass this time, we'll see. Shield up the first one, which was already going to put me at a huge disadvantage here. Like, I'm already behind. I'm glad I forced Switch out, because this is the only real toughest answer I have for Poliwrath. But, like, having shielded the Ninetales, I'm already far behind. Like, I think you have to try and catch a move on one of your ghosts Pokemon and try and draw out what is probably in the back, what is going to beat you. So now it's like, okay, I kind of have to double shield, knowing that I can like take this out. So because they lower my attack twice, I maybe could have clawed down there. Maybe that throw was a mistake. I probably could have clawed, and now they have a Dragonair. And here we go. This is in one of my videos. In one of my videos recently, I said, if you are going to have a fast move damage Pokemon in the back to beat a Pokemon, throw the resisted move on your other Pokemon, because your opponent will not shield it, and that will allow your back Pokemon to just like fast move farm down. So I come in Ninetales, and they must be thinking, is this guy stupid? Well, this Ninetales is a shadow. You are a shadow. Resist it or not, this overheat is going to chunk, and hello to the tune of the very, very, very deep red allows me to just come in and basically farm down. So now they have to immediately pivot to defense Deoxys, because I will be able to farm down. But by this point, I can just 2 Avalanche to take this out. So 1 Thunderbolt is not going to take me out. I will be able to Avalanche to take this out. They Psycho Boost, thinking that maybe 2 Psycho Boosts is the only way, because 1 Thunderbolt isn't enough. But I'm already at a second move, and now I can fast move down. So basically almost booming with an overheat on the Dragonair, because they're like, why would I shield the fire? Because I'm going to put you in the deep red and farm you down. That is why. If you have, I've made this mistake a couple times. It's sort of a mistake. I've come in often with Trevenant, but Trevenant can just get like way harder walled than Frostlass. Like Frostlass is going to be able to hit everything, and the Powder Snows are generally safe in neutral, in like all neutral situations, whereas there's a lot of normal typings where the Claw is resisted. So it really puts you at a disadvantage coming in Trevenant. So I do get 3 off, which is nice. Problem is, this thing is loaded with energy, so they're going to have probably 2 body slams here. So I immediately have to just throw I win CMP, so I immediately have to throw. The problem is now Medi is loaded, like it's got at least almost 2 moves. And what did I just teach you? What did I just teach you in the last battle? I said, throw the resisted move, because the opponent's not going to shield, and then you can fast move down. Well, stupid me, I knew it was happening in the moment. Dynamic Punch, oh, resisted. Oh, but now we have a 2 shielded Arctibax that is going to absolutely just destroy what's left of me here. So that is dumb recognition on my part, quite honestly. Like, I just explained why it's so strong doing that, and I just fell for it there. So it's just like kind of dumb. I should have known better there. This matchup, is this the one where they bait first? I'm so dumb. I can live. There's 2 things wrong here. One is, if you farm up here, like I am to get to the overheat, by allowing Dewgong to get to the move first, this just has a higher probability of baiting, because if they draw on me, I'm basically taken into the very, very, very deep red, maybe out. It is actually just a deep red. So I'm going to go down with like a ton of energy. So by them throwing immediately, they can now just bait, knowing that I'm scared of the Joe run, and they do bait. So now my attack is lower. I'm in a bad situation here. I'm just going straight overheat, thinking that like, yes, I lowered my attack. This is still neutral. They're half ice. Maybe this can take out. They end up shielding. Okay. So that's okay. I still have some energy left. So I'm going to bank that, come in here, and they're not getting out right away. And again, Frostlass has an advantage here because it's spammier. And I'm like, if you're not getting out, you are probably weak to this in the back. And hello, yes you are. You're coming in with your Cresselia into a Ghost, which makes me think that you are double weak to Ghost in the back here. So I'm gonna get the Shadow Ball off. Not quite enough to take out because Cress is too damn tanky. But I'm just reading that you're weak. Again, if you know I have Frost Ice and you're coming in Crest, I know you're weak to this in the back. And just going straight Shadow Ball here because it's either going to basically boom or I grab a shield and then Trevenant booms. So basically boom, farm down. Double Psychic in the back is very unlucky for the double poison that I have there. I mean, double ghost that I have. And I think this is the 5-0. So good lead. Discharge, not enough to take me out. Out comes the Jellicent. Oh yeah, I was so pissed because I'm like, this is obviously not the right answer. The right answer is Trevenant. Trevenant has a way better matchup having Claw and Seed Bomb as opposed to Resisted Powder Snows. I knew that in the moment. I made a mistake coming in here. Luckily, I get like my only potential comeback in this game is they bait me. So I'll grab a shield. They're going to have to throw out, so I'm going to get to a move. That would have been close. But now, going up a shield, yes, they have energy, but now I can align back again. So I align here. I have to shield up his potential Shadow Ball. And they do, which is nice. I already called one bait. I feel like they're going to try and catch, and I was right. So I come in here, and I get a move off. Because like even if they let this go, and Jellicent comes back in, I can probably Weather Ball the Jellicent from this range. Fire Spin Weather Ball from this range. Because it's super low. I probably could have just Weather Balled. I ended up just going Overheat. Because I'm like, let's just make sure. And out is the Trevenant in the back. And luckily, I'm just so far ahead on energy. The bait is not worth it because it's one of my only lose conditions. I'm so far ahead on energy, I can just double Shadow Ball here. And they let it go, knowing that one of their only win conditions is me baiting. And that is a 5-0. So I'm up to 2375. Heading into tomorrow, I'll probably use, I don't know what I'm going to use yet. By tomorrow, I mean today. By today, I mean like this morning when I already finished my sets by like 8 a.m. So I don't know what I'm going to use yet today. But I will probably just play Retro Cup. And then I got top Holiday Cup teams coming tomorrow. And then a look at the new rankings for Master League. Because there's a couple buffs there that change the meta a little bit. And then realistically, all this week we're doing Holiday Cup because I'm not playing Master League. And everyone will, I would say 95% of the player base is probably going to be playing Holiday Cup. And there's lots of options. So stay tuned for those top teams tomorrow. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. I saw a bunch of submissions. I'll have to check to see what they are. If they're Ultra League, submissions, I'll bank them for the next time Ultra League comes up. If they're Retro Cup, sorry, 2 weeks in, already all done. But thank you for the submissions. If you want to submit any Holiday Cup teams or other great Ultra League or Master League teams, link in the description, and I will try and showcase them as best I can. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.